Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about The Gentleman. It's a Guy Richie film. If you don't know Guy Richie, he directed King Arthur with Charlie Hunnam. He directed Snatch, Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. Snatch is probably my favorite movie of his. The cast really stands out. Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam, Henry Golding from Crazy Rich Asians, Michelle Dockery, Hugh Grant, Jeremy Strong, Colin Farrell. The movie reminds me of Snatch, honestly. It just has that feel. The story's not told in order. You have a narrator, and I'm going to try to break it down to make it as simple as possible. Matthew McConaughey, he's rich and he owns like a weed empire essentially, and he wants to sell it off to Jeremy Strong's character. He wants to sell it for like $400 million or whatever, and they seem to agree. And then a series of events happen that's trying to mess up the deal. Hugh Grant is like the narrator. He's in Charlie Hunnam's house and he's telling him all these different stories. Hugh Grant's character is a private investigator, and this editor wants to take down Matthew McConaughey. And Hugh Grant is pretty good at his job. Like, he has all this information. He takes all these pictures. He's following everybody. He's putting pieces together to figure everything out to give, to the person that hired him. But essentially, he's trying to blackmail Charlie Hunnam, who works for Matthew McConaughey. He wants money of his own. So he goes to Hunnam. He breaks down everything that's happening. And that's how we get the story. It starts off in one place, and then Hugh Grant starts telling him other stuff, and we see the things he's talking about. And the performances are amazing. The only gripe I have is sometimes the accent goes away. Like Colin Farrell, at one point, he's talking, and then it's just like his accent goes away for a couple of lines. I had fun with it. If you've seen Snatch, you'll probably like this movie. It doesn't have the same type of like music and tone as Snatch, but things flow really quickly, and you have to keep up of what's going on, because again, it's not going to be told in order. It's just going to jump around to different parts. What's going on, and I think Charlie Hunnam is great as like a secondary character in stuff. When he's the lead man, it's hit or miss. But when he's like secondary, or he doesn't have to be the guy on screen all the time, I think he's amazing. Matthew McConaughey, we already know what he can do, and he played a really good role. He was really tough. He was rich. He was tough. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, even though he was the head person in charge. Jeremy Strong, again, fantastic. Colin Farrell, I really enjoyed him. He was a coach. He coached boxing, and he had like these group of kids who were fighters, and they have a few scenes in this movie which are fantastic. It's out of left field what they do, but they're really good at it. They're really talented in what they do. So like the entire cast is just fun. It looked like they was having a lot of fun. It's a funny movie. There is some violence, but not too much. But it's a really, really good Guy Richie film. And some people have said, he hasn't made a good film in a while, but I enjoyed the Sherlock Holmes movies. I'm one of the few people who probably like King Arthur, but this is the closest thing to Snatch, and Snatch is one of my favorite movies. So go out, see it, pay attention to what's going on. Hugh Grant, again, fantastic as the narrator, and explain everything that's going on and all the twists and turns that happens in this movie as people are trying to mess up McConaughey's deal. And Henry Golding, I've only seen him in Crazy Rich Asians, and that was like a whole different type of role. In this one, he's very brash. He talks a lot of trash, and he wants to buy McConaughey's business, and McConaughey is not having it. So he takes matters into his own hands. So he throws another wrinkle into everything that happens in the story. And it's just a lot of moving parts. So that's why you really have to pay attention. And he's fantastic, honestly. And the time that he's on screen, it's a lot of fun. January movies doing good things, back to back positive reviews. Bad Boys and The Gentleman. If you've seen The Gentleman, let me know what you thought about it. If you watch Snatch, please let me know if you enjoyed that movie. Thank you for listening. Deuces.